In a secluded valley surrounded by misty mountains and ancient pines, there was a Zen monastery renowned for its tranquility and profound teachings. This monastery, nestled away from the clamor of the world, was home to monks who dedicated their lives to the pursuit of enlightenment. Among them was an esteemed Zen Master, known simply as Master Ryo. His wisdom was as deep as the silent forest that enveloped the monastery, and his presence exuded a calm that seemed to harmonize with the very essence of nature. Master Ryo was revered not only for his spiritual insight, but also for his ability to convey complex truths with simplicity. He had a way of distilling profound philosophies into practical, everyday wisdom, making them accessible to all who sought his guidance. One autumn afternoon, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew crisp, a young disciple named Haruto approached Master Ryo with a question that had been gnawing at him for some time. Haruto was a diligent student, eager to grasp the deeper meanings of Zen teachings. He had spent many years in the monastery, practicing meditation, studying ancient texts, and striving to embody the virtues of a true Zen practitioner. Yet despite his dedication, he felt a sense of inner turmoil that he could not quite dispel. It was this inner conflict that led him to seek the wisdom of Master Ryo. As Haruto approached the master, he bowed deeply, a gesture of respect and humility. Master Ryo, seated beneath a venerable pine tree, looked up with a serene expression. The light filtering through the branches cast a gentle glow on his face, enhancing the sense of peace that radiated from him. Master Ryo, Haruto began, I have been practicing diligently, yet I still find myself caught in the struggles and conflicts of daily life. How can I achieve true inner peace when I am constantly exposed to the challenges and turbulence of the world? Master Ryo gazed at Haruto with a thoughtful expression. After a moment of silence, he spoke in a calm, measured tone. Haruto, let me share with you a story that may offer some insight. The young disciple listened intently as Master Ryo began his tale. Once upon a time in a distant land, there was a small village renowned for its beautiful gardens. The villagers took great pride in their flowers, which bloomed in vibrant colors and exuded delightful fragrances. The most exquisite of all was a rare flower known as the moon blossom. It was said that the moon blossom only bloomed once every few years and was highly prized for its delicate beauty. One spring, the village was visited by a wandering botanist who had heard tales of the moon blossom's rarity. Eager to see this extraordinary flower for himself, he asked the villagers if he could view the moon blossom in person. The villagers, eager to share their pride, led him to a secluded garden where the moon blossom was carefully nurtured. The botanist was struck by the flower's ethereal beauty. Its petals shimmered like silver under the soft light of the moon, and its fragrance was subtle yet enchanting. He marveled at its splendor and asked the gardener how such a delicate flower could thrive in a world filled with harsh elements. The gardener smiled and replied, "The moon blossom is protected from the elements by its surroundings. We have built a special enclosure around it, shielding it from strong winds, heavy rains, and the scorching sun. This careful protection ensures that the flower can flourish without being damaged by the outside world." Intrigued by this, the botanist asked, "What would happen if the enclosure were removed? Wouldn't the flower be able to grow even more freely?" The gardener shook his head. Without the protection, the moon blossom would be exposed to the harshness of nature. It might still survive, but it would not be able to reach its full potential. The enclosure provides a sanctuary that allows the flower to thrive and remain true to its delicate nature. The botanist pondered the gardener's words and came to understand the deeper meaning behind them. He realized that the moon blossom's beauty was not merely due to its inherent qualities, but also because of the careful protection it received. Master Ryo paused, allowing the story to sink in. Haruto remained silent, absorbing the lesson conveyed through the tale of the moon blossom. Master Ryo continued, "Haruto, just as the moon blossom is protected by its enclosure, so too must you guard your inner self from the turbulence of the external world. Your spirit is delicate and precious, and it requires a sanctuary to remain serene and resilient. By shielding yourself from unnecessary struggles and conflicts, you preserve your true nature and maintain your inner peace." Haruto's eyes widened with understanding. He had been so focused on confronting and overcoming every challenge that came his way that he had neglected the importance of creating a protective space for his inner self. The story of the moon blossom illuminated a new perspective for him. Master Rio's teachings were not just about passive avoidance, but about the active cultivation of inner sanctuary. It was a reminder that true strength lay not in constantly exposing oneself to external challenges, but in maintaining a calm and protected inner world. By doing so, one could navigate life's difficulties with grace and equanimity.